Hey, what's up guys, it's DarkArmedDuelist, and today I'm going to be doing a Valkyrie deck profile. So this deck recently got support in Dark Neostorm, and I wanted to do an update of this before we get another wave of it in, which we might get another wave of it, in Rising Rampage. So let's get straight into this, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell on there so you can become part of the notification squad, and let's get straight on to this. I'm really excited to show you guys this deck because of Urda. I'm going to tell you, disclaimer, probably going to butcher some of the names. Just going to tell you. So, let's get straight on into this. And we're going to have a little bit of shenanigans with Puzzolino, the drop-in deleter. So, that's going to be something interesting. So, we're going to first be playing 2 copies of Urda. I feel like 2 copies is plenty of Urda. I don't feel like you need any more of her than that. Basically, you can only control 1 copy of her, and you can, while you control this card, special summon by the effect of a Valkyrie monster, all face-up monster your opponent controls lose 1,000 attack. And then any monster destroyed by battle or by card effect that would be sent to the, or any monster destroyed by battle or by card effect would be sent to your opponent's graveyard is banished instead, which is an amazing effect. I really love that. That's a very old school effect, that anything that's destroyed by battle is banished instead. That's an old Dark Magician of Chaos effect, which is cool. I dropped Brumilda down to 2. I feel like she's plenty at 2 with Urda at 3, or Urda at 2 as well. But she's unaffected by all spell effects, and then she gains 500 attack for each monster your opponent controls. And then when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can have this card lose exactly 1,000 defense, and if you do, the Valkyrie monster you control cannot be destroyed by battle this turn, which is pretty cool. I love that effect. And then we play 3 copies of Eins, which we play Eins White Dryght, which is 1, 2, 3, which is really cool. But if this card is special summoned from your hand by a spell effect, you can target 1 Mischief of the Time Goddess in your graveyard and add that target to your hand. And if you control a Valkyrie monster other than this card, quick effect, you can banish a monster your opponent controls, or opponent in your opponent's graveyard, and then this card's attack becomes equal to the banished monster's original attack, which is really cool. I love the effect because you need to get to that mischief as quickly as possible. Then we play 3 copies of Zweit, excuse me. Next, you want to play 3 copies of these because if this card is special summon, or if this card is summoned, you can target a monster your opponent controls and destroy it. And after damage calculation, if this card battles, you can target a continuous spell card in your grave and add it to your hand, which I don't actually play any of the continuous spells in my deck. I don't think that they're very good. I just kind of focus on the Mischief and the Ride of the Valkyries, Valkyrie's Embrace and stuff like that. I don't really think that the continuous spells are that great, in my opinion, so I focus more on these instead. Then we play 3 copies of Dryght. Dryght is really the best one, in my opinion, besides Brumhild and Urda. If this card is normal or special summon, you get to add a Valkyrie monster or Valkyrie card from your deck to your hand, and then this card gains, once per turn, this card gains 200 attack for each monster your opponent's banished, which is really cool. I like that effect. It only has 1,000 attack, so it can gain quite a lot off of that, because this deck does focus on banishing stuff very easily. Then I play 3 copies of, this is one I'm going to butcher, Virta. I hope I said that right. During your main phase, you can excavate cards off the top of your deck equal to the number of Valkyrie monsters you control, and if you do, you get to add 1 excavated normal spell or trap from your deck to your hand, which gets you faster to Ride of the Valkyries, which is a normal spell, or Final Light, which actually Final Light doesn't count as a Valkyrie card, which kind of sucks. But you can actually add a normal spell, which I wish it counted as a Valkyrie card. Also send the remaining cards to the graveyard, otherwise shuffle all excavated cards in the deck, and then this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard. You can special summon a Valkyrie monster from your deck, which is good. I really like that because you can special summon something like Urda from the deck, or special summon something like Brunhild, whichever one you need on the field as quickly as possible. This one I'm gonna butcher. I'm just gonna say the level 2 Valkyrie, Funfti. I think I'm saying that correctly. I don't know. Valkyrie monsters you control gain 200 attack for each of your opponent's banished monsters, and if you control a Valkyrie monster other than Valkyrie Funti, I don't know, you can send 1 spell card from your deck to the graveyard, which can kind of be beneficial to get stuff in your graveyard so you can add it back to your hand. I really like that ability. The last one I'm not even going to try and pronounce. I'm not fluent in German, so I'm really sorry about that, guys, but I'm not. I'm going to try, because you guys are going to laugh and comment, and it's going to be great. Sixta, I think. I don't know. I play it on Yugioh Pro, so I don't have to pronounce them. I just call it the level 1 Valkyrie because they're level 1 through 8. So you can just kind of say 1 through 8. Level 1 Valkyrie, level 2, level 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way up to 8, which is great. And if this card is special summoned, you can special summon 1 Valkyrie monster from your deck, which is amazing. I really like that effect. And then during your main phase, you can send the top 2 cards of your opponent's deck to the graveyard, which kind of mills your opponent. I feel like that effect is really awkward on this card. And I don't know why it's there, but it's there. I guess to mill them and to send stuff from, like, banish stuff from their graveyard, I guess, for Drite. It's kind of weird. Doesn't really help that much, but it's there. So that's it for the monsters, guys. I don't play any hand traps in this deck. I really wanted to focus mainly on Valkyries. You can do it and play hand traps, but I really wanted to focus on Ride of the Valkyries and OTKing our opponent on that little cheese, being able to do that. So that's it for the monsters. Let's get into the spells. And this deck is one of those decks that you can play an extra deck, but you really don't need it. You really want to focus on just summoning Valkyries and going ham with Ride of the Valkyrie. So we're going to be playing 1 copy of 1-for-1 to special summon the level 1 Valkyrie from our deck, and being able to send the other ones we want to the graveyard to get Final Light off. Monster Reborn to bring back other Valkyries that we want to bring back. Reasoning, because they're all different levels, like literally all different levels. 2 copies of Valkyrie's Embrace. This one's interesting. If all monsters you control are Valkyrie monsters, you can target 1 attack position Valkyrie monster you control, and 1 phase up monster your opponent controls, change that monster to defense, and if you do, banish the opponent's monster. You cannot special summon monsters the turn you activate this effect, except for Valkyrie monsters, which is not that big a deal, because we're not going to be doing that very much anyways. Then we play 2 copies of Mischief. Mischief is really good. It basically just skips your opponent's turn. Into Speed Spell 4, nothing can be activated and chained to it. You have to activate at the end of your battle phase, and then you can't activate another one until the next turn, which is pretty cool. Until the end of the next turn, which is, it makes it balanced. So you can't just flip 2 of these or 3 of these at once and just OTK your opponent and just go ham with like 4 battle phases. But basically, it just lets you have 2 battle phases in a nutshell and skips to the next turn. Then I play 3 copies of Ride of the Valkyries. Ride of the Valkyries is just bonkers, in my opinion. And I built this deck because of Ride of the Valkyries and Mischief. But basically, what Ride of the Valkyries does is you can just special summon any number of Valkyrie monsters with different names from your hand, and if you special summon any number, if you do special summon 3 more from your or if you special summon 3 or more, you take no battle damage until the end phase of the next turn. And during the end phase of the turn, you activate this effect. Shuffle all monsters you control into the deck, and you can banish this card from your graveyard to add a Mischief from your graveyard to your hand. So you just activate this, banish it, add Mischief to your deck from your deck to your hand, and then swing at your opponent 1 time, and then activate Mischief and swing him at a 2nd time. So you get 2 battle phases with this deck. Then I play 3 copies of Final Light. I really like this card's artwork. I think it's beautiful. You pay light points in multiples of 1,000, and then you get to target a Valkyrie monster in your graveyard for each 1,000 you paid and special summon them. Let's see, where is it? Then your opponent can special summon monsters with 2,000 or less attack from their graveyard up to the number of monsters you special summon by this effect, which is basically like a balanced Soul Charge and Infernal Reckless Summon all at once for your opponent. I played 3 copies of Celestial Transformation, which is good for our level 1 Valkyrie, being able to special summon that. And then, because I don't want my opponent to do anything to me while I'm trying to OTK them, I played 3 copies of Call by the Grave. I just don't want to deal with my opponent with this deck, and I want to be able to have less interaction with them, and more interaction with my Valkyries being able to, swinging them in the face, pretty much, in a nutshell. So, that's it for the main deck, guys. Let's get into the extra deck. Logon's Flame. That kind of sucks, to be honest with you, so I don't play that. And yeah, the rest of them are like, I don't like the Unity monsters, and I don't like Pegasus Wing. I don't like that. I don't like playing with Unities outside of the ABCs. I just don't think they're good. So then I play, for the extra deck, we're going to be playing 1 copy of Puzzlinamo, the drop-in leader. The reason I play this is because you just have to use 2 monsters with different levels to summon it. And then basically it can level manipulate your monsters to be certain levels, and I really like that, to be able to XYZ summon. It can help out in certain situations, but this is the only monster that I usually go into the extra deck with. I picked 3 of the best extra deck monsters that I could think of that were XYZs to go into, and it's kind of subject to change in those 3 slots. And the extra deck is really subject to change. Like, you can do anything you want with the extra deck. The only thing I do recommend is playing him as a one-of, and then playing any extra deck monsters you want to summon, because the deck can go into anything from 1 to 8 with this, which is really cool, but I picked the 3 that I thought were the best to go into with him. But then I play 1 copy of Borreload and Boral Sword, still waiting on my copy for Battles of Legend to come in. I'm waiting on the boxes to come in so I can open them up and finally not use a proxy, but I'm kind of growing fond of this proxy. I'm going to have to keep it because of all the videos it's been in. 1 copy of Mech Knight, Crusadia Avermax. You can go into this pretty easily in the deck. Yugioh, again, you can go into this pretty easily because they're all different names, and it's easy to get like 4 or 5 Valkyries on the field. Topologic Trisbania, again, you just kind of play a bunch of generic links. Unicorn to bounce stuff, Cerberus to pop monsters, Phoenix to pop spells and traps. This is because it's light, and all of them are light. Unicorn, or Underclock Taker to make level or attack different. And 1 copy of Linkuriboh, because Linkuriboh is a thing, and you play the level 1 Valkyrie and it has 0 attack, so you want to have something on the board. And then for my XYZs, I play 1 copy of Hope Harboring Dragon, Titanic Galaxy. That's a mouthful. Constellar Pleiades, just, you know, because they're all light, and it's really easy to go into Pleiades in this deck. And Evil Sworn Exciton Knight, so I can blow board and then ride at the Valkyries afterwards and just go after my opponent. So, yeah, that's it for the deck, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. You can change out stuff in the extra deck that are link monsters. Like, if you don't want to play Yugioh, you can play like a level 6, maybe like Photon Strike Balancer or something like that. You can even go into 3s, 2s, whatever you want to do to level manipulate with Puzzlinamo. He's really good, and he's the main one that I go into the extra deck for. Link into him, and then link into something, or then level manipulate 2 of them the following turn into something that I want. Really easily. So that's it for the deck, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. It's a really fun deck to play around with. It's actually not as expensive as it used to be because people realize the deck's not that good. And it's really awkward to play, but it's fun. It's really fun to play, and I love the artwork of the deck. It's really, really great. But it's just something that you gotta play with a couple of times to realize how to OTK and cheese your opponent. And I like that. It's a lot of fun. I like decks like that. You guys know me. So that's it, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell in there so you can become part of the notification squad. And I'll see you guys in the next video. See you around, guys.